Now, one of the biggest issues with robot mops is how when they clean the floor, they're just spinning and spreading dirt around the rest of the floor. Now that all changes with the new DEEBOT T80 OMNI. Now this has a OZMO self-washing roller brush system in here so that as it's cleaning, it's able to put new water on the roller brush, keeping it clean and then scraping off old dirty water. This is kind of like a Tenco wet dry mop system that's pretty quick and efficient, but now all built into this awesome robot mop. A huge thank you to ECOVACS for sponsoring this video. Let's get started. Now the first thing I want to point out is how similar this is to other robot vacuum mop systems where it has the base station, you have the robot which cleans and it does a great job at cleaning, but it does all that at a much more affordable price. Let's jump in by talking about that roller brush and exactly how that's working. Now starting off, a roller brush cleaning system has 16 times more cleaning pressure than the dual spin mops. Because this is built on a roller structure, the mop is rotating at a high 200 RPM. This exerts as much as 10 newtons on the ground. That just means like a lot of pressure is being pushed down on the ground. The length of this roller brush is 17.5 centimeters in length and 1.5 centimeters in width. This is effectively scrubbing and removing stains adhered to the floor. Now compared to the other section over there, you can see that right here in front of me that it's gone through, it's leaving the floor nice and clean. Now as how all of this works internally is there is a built-in waste scraper. So every time the roller is rolling around, it passes that and it's able to scrape off the dirt and the waste water. And then it has 8 different sprayers that's spraying new water onto the pad as it's going by. So it's spinning 200 times a minute, and so it's being replenished and the floor is completely clean once it has that pass by. So you can really see how beneficial the OZMO rolling self-washing brush is and how it's able to keep the floor super clean. Over here it has all been clean and it is looking really, really nice. There isn't any residue left behind. Let's do a further test if it's going over milk or a spill or something like that. Now this is something that happens regularly at the home. So here as it goes by, it's instantly able to pick up where it is running. So then it's just gonna do a few more passes and in no time it picked up all the milk. With the dual spin brushes, it would have to go over this area multiple times before it was able to pick up all of that milk. Now the other feature that this has that is going to make this mop so much better is the TruEdge 2.0 adaptive cleaning. So right here on the roller brush, you can actually see that it slides in and out, getting as close as it can to different objects. Here is it's going to go around the table legs. It's going to get super close and automatically clean right up. This is not going the right way. So this is using sensors for a real-time 3D edge distant measurement. So it's able to get as close as 6 millimeters to the side of my wall here. And that is even the same if it's going around a object that's up to 9 centimeters tall. Now this is great because it's going to do this without the risk of collision or overcorrection so that it has a nice strong line. Now it's time for the spaghetti sauce test. Yes, my kids do this all the time. So here as it gets right up to the edge, it's able to follow along the edge of the wall, and the TruEdge 2.0 gets right up there as close as it can get. Now if it goes over a second pass here, you can see it's even getting closer where there's barely anything left over on the edge. So it's not just hugging the wall, but is calculating depth, angle, and impact to have a nice clean finish. And here it has finished cleaning the floor under the table. That is looking great, and the rest of the floor is looking spotless. And after the cleaning is complete, it will head back to the base station where it's going to empty all of the dust and it's going to wash the mop pad and get it ready and dry as well for next time. It does have a dryer in here, so the pad is going to stay nice and dry, preventing any mildew or anything from building up. After it washed the mop pad, it is now going through the drying cycle to clean the pad, and all I need to do is empty the dirty water bin and fill up the clean water for next time. And now that the kitchen floor is clean, it is the best spot to play on the floor. So we're gonna let him play here. We're gonna head upstairs and we're gonna vacuum some carpet and show you the awesome performance it has in carpet cleaning. Now I'm bringing it upstairs because we have a lot more carpet up here, but there's a lot more invisible dirt, hair, just other things underneath couches that it might be able to pick up that the kids have left behind. So first I'm going to add and map this area, then we're gonna see how it does vacuuming. So here in the app, all I need to do is go into map, and then at the top I can add another map. So I can have my main floor, then up here I can place it and I say no station detected on floor, start mapping. So even though I don't have a station here, it can figure out where it is and then vacuum and map out this whole area, which is pretty cool. We can do multiple floors with one robot. It has now finished mapping the upstairs and it just stopped back where it started. So all I need to do each time I want to come up here is just drop it up here. It will automatically figure out it's on the other map. And then here I just need to start cleaning. Now, one thing we're looking for here, now two things we're looking for here is hidden objects that we cannot see with our eye. The floor looks pretty clean, but once we start vacuuming, we're gonna really see how dirty it is. This has an 18,000 Pascal of suction power, so it's going to really be able to pick up that dirt. And right now, we can see that there is just a little bit of dirt in here that we need to clean out, but we'll see how much that is filled when we're done. Now, the other thing that is invisible is hair. We have 3 daughters up here, really long hair. So we're gonna see how well this Zero Tangling 3.0 brush does. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but let's go ahead and start vacuuming.
Start vacuuming while mopping.
Now the first test up here is to see how well it handles a bunch of dirt. Here, let's put some rice down on the ground, and it has that 18,000 PA of suction power, and there it did an awesome job. Only left a few, that's because that's where the roller's edge was, but it was able to pick up all the other rice, and that was quite a bit. Built inside there is a high-speed fan that creates ultra-high negative pressure, allowing deep dust to extract from both hardwood as well as carpet. Now currently it's set to its standard suction. We also have strong and max power. Now this is a great feature to have because it's really gonna get deep into the fine threads of the carpet to make the floor completely clean. Now, so far it's just cleaned a bit of this floor, and you can already see it is completely packed full in here with dust. So here you can see how many of those invisible dust particles it was able to pick up. So definitely need to be vacuuming up here more often. It's now all cleaned out. Let's see how long it goes before it's full. And here, after 5 minutes of cleaning, you can see how much dust it has already picked up. Now, this is mainly showing we need to vacuum a little bit more, but just in a little bit, it's able to get so much dirt and pack it into here. And it will, once it's full, it automatically goes to the charging station to empty it in the charging station, which you don't have to worry about, but we are on another floor, so I'll just have to manually empty it or take it to the charging station to do that. Now, some robots say they can clean under the couch, but actually can't. Well, here the T80's height is only 98 millimeters, so going under this dresser is no problem. I've had another robot with a lighter on top where it kept getting stuck and wasn't able to escape here, but this is not an issue today. Who knows how long it's been since we've cleaned under here, but problem solved. Now for the final feature, let's check out underneath the T80 OMNI and the Zero Tangle 3.0. Now there's two components to this. First, we have the AR Clean Anti-Tangle Side Brush. This is able to pull hair from the corner and edge into here as well as other dust, and it's preventing it from getting tangled because it has these two brushes here. And that is going to help it be zero tangling. So other brushes like this on other robots, I see a lot of hair get caught, but with this, it's able to take the hair and make it flow into the main brush so that it is all taken in here and there's none left over on your floor. And let's take a look at how it did. So here on the brush, you can see that none of the hair was caught on here. So it's great that we don't have to continually clean that off. Then right in here, we have the main brush, which is a 3-volt anti-tangle structure. So here, if we pull this off and take a closer look at the brush, so here it just picked up some and it's sitting right there, but as it keeps cleaning, it will automatically pull that hair into the dustbin right there. So it has this really cool, unique design, which has 45-degree bristles to direct everything towards the center. It has spiral airflow design, which funnels debris through the suction inlet. And then down in here, it has a V-shaped comb teeth that loosens hair before it can wrap around the roller. So that's preventing it from getting stuck on here. And this is designed to automatically pull the hair right into the dustbin. So some great tech, and as you can see, there is no hair stuck to the rollers, just a little bit here because it's still doing the vacuuming, but nothing stuck to the rollers like other vacuums, so it's all being pulled into here. And once I emptied the dustbin, it had a ton of hair into it. Now this entire system is designed to collect long hair and prevent tangles before they happen. You won't need scissors anymore to remove anything from the roller. Normally you're not going to see them clumped together in large amounts, but let's go ahead and do a little bit at a time here. So it hits the side brush and then it suctions it in, and as it pulls it in, it is able to then kind of feed it through into the middle and then suck it into the dustbin. And so the more it cleans, the more it's able to pull that off. As it's rubbing against the carpet, that also helps it become untangled and go all the way to the dustbin. All right, let's see how that did. As you can see, there's just a final few hairs that it needs to pull off here, so we're just gonna let it keep cleaning. And here is the dust from last time. There you can see how much hair it was able to pick up and clump together. It's no longer invisible and stuck to the floor. And once it has finished vacuuming the floor, we are left with a deep clean carpet.
Start charging. About to start auto empty. You might hear a little noise.
I heard more birds.
Now that it's done cleaning, it automatically docks back up here and empty its dirty bin, and all the dust goes into here where once it's full, we can easily rechange. And then it's going to charge up, and if it mopped, it's going to clean and dry the mop pad, and then we need to empty the dirty tank and fill the water. But overall, I loved all the features that this has, from the Zero Tangling 3.0 design to that TruEdge tech, and then being able to clean the pad with the self-wash as it is mopping, which is truly game-changing. So if you want to have your floors clean at an affordable price, make sure you check out the DEEBOT T80 OMNI. I'll leave links down in the description below. And if you have any further questions about anything it can do, let me know down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.